everyone, this is Leslie Fiwis from Tangled in Texas, and we're here today to do another short tangle. And today's tangle is going to be Knightsbridge. And this is a great tangle to cover large areas or even small areas. And Knightstangle is like a checkerboard. And we'll continue. So this is video 7, if you want to keep up. We're using a 2x2 tile so that we could fit it into our tangle reference book. I spoke about getting little coin pockets from Amazon and putting all your tiles in there in a loose leaf book so that you have a whole reference library of tangles. And what you're going to use is your Micron 01 if you have it. If not, whatever pen you have on hand. Your pencil, any pencil will do. A tortillon, or a stump, or a Q-tip. And that's for shading. Now I'm going to use a thicker pen so that you can see my lines. But first we're going to start with taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Make sure that you're comfortable where you're working and that you have good lighting. Now that I'm getting older, light is very important for my eyes. We're going to have gratitude and appreciation for learning another new tangle and for being here and able to watch this. We're going to make our 4 corner dots. And you make them light. I'm going to make them a little darker so that you could see them. Because the pencil doesn't show up too good on the video. And now you're going to connect the dots. You're going to make your border. And like I always tell you, go towards you with your lines. You could do it straight. Turn your tile. You could do it curvy. And just keep doing it until you have all 4 borders made. Now we don't need a string because it's a mono tile. So a mono tile means that it's just a mono tangle, which means it's just one tangle. So what we're going to do, this is called a grid tangle. So we're going to make a grid. And you can make the grid straight, or you can make it curvy or swirly, however you want to make the grid. So I'm going to make the grid a little crazy, not too crazy. And remember, this is your artwork, so you do the grid any way you want. Okay, so you made horizontal lines, which I should have told you, from left to right. Now you're going to turn your tile so that your lines are now vertical, and you're going to make horizontal lines going in the other direction from left to right. And you could do these any way you want also. And you just make however many lines you want. Okay, and there's my grid. It's a little crazy grid. Now remember, you could do this straight, like a checkerboard, or any which way you want. And I have some examples at the end to show you. Now, this is going to be a checkerboard. So what I do, because this could be a little confusing, is I pick a spot And I'm going to pick this spot as to be my white spot. So I'm going to put a little dot, pencil dot there. And then I'm going to go to this corner and then put a dot here. Then go to this corner, put a dot here. And then go to this corner, put a dot there. This space is going to be left white. So you're going to put a dot here. You're going to put a dot here. You're going to put a dot here. And here. Just keep going to the box that's attached to at an angle to another box. Now you don't have to do it this way. You could go ahead and just start coloring it in, but I find this way is easier for me because I tend to get a little lost in this sometimes. Okay, so now I'm going to put my pencil down. And I'm going to pick my pen up. And what we're going to do is we're going to color in these boxes. So what I do is I outline it first. And then I color it in. And if you have a bigger pen, and I'm going to get it because this is going to take me a long time, an 08. If you have an 08, that's great for coloring big spots. You could do it with the 01, but it's going to take you a while. And you might want to take a while because it's very meditative when you just color these boxes in, because there are no decisions you have to make. You're just coloring it in, so it's very calming and very relaxing. Okay, so if you didn't want to put the dots in like I did, so you started here. So this corner would meet this box, and this box would then be blackened in. And I'm not going to do such a great job coloring it in now, so you don't have to sit and watch me do this. I'm just getting some color down. Okay, so then this corner meets this box's corner. So you color that in. Okay, so this corner, you leave this white. This corner meets this box. You're going to color that in. And this, because there's so much black in here, we call this a drama tile. And drama tiles are great to add drama to your piece and interest. Okay, so this corner meets this box. So we're going to color that in. And you want to be careful when you're making a piece with more than one tangle. You don't really want to put two drama tangles together because then it's just overbearing with the black. You want to sporadically put them in different places in your piece so it looks better. It's not overwhelming with so much dark. So this corner meets this corner box, and we do this. Okay. And this corner meets this corner, so we do this box. And then this corner meets this corner. I'm coloring this box in. Whoops. I just overshot that. And then this corner meets this corner. Okay, remember, I'm not doing a good job now. I just want to get this done so you can see what it looks like. And this piece is kind of far. I keep my pieces closer to my eyes. Okay. Just giving you the idea here. This corner meets this corner, so you would do this one. This corner meets this box. Okay, this corner meets this corner box, so you would do this one. Okay, and then this corner meets this corner. And there you have your Knightsbridge. And I really didn't do a good job to shade this yet, so let me do a better job. Now, if you didn't want to, well, I'll show you the different shadings on the different samples. If you didn't want to color all these boxes in, because it does take a while, and it depends if you have the time or not and the patience. I find it very relaxing just to color in the boxes. But here's something else that you could do if you don't want to color the boxes in. I'm just going to make a fast grid. Okay, so I'm just going to make a fast grid. Okay, so if you didn't want to color the boxes in, you could put different patterns in instead. And you follow the same way that you did this. This corner touches this corner, so this would be a pattern. You could do whatever patterns you want. Now this is your artwork, only limited by your imagination. See, and so you would do here. So this is kind of fun by putting different patterns in. You get the same effect, but not as dramatic. So let me show you some samples, and then I'll show you the shading, because I have to finish mine. So you've seen this before. I've done this in a circle. And what I did, because I wanted it to look rounded, I shaded all around the outside and then pulled the graphite into the center. And you could keep making this darker and darker until you get it to where you like the way it looks. Another one, here's one that has some patterns in it. Now, she did the checkerboard. This is a friend of mine. But she added the patterns in the white spots. So that's another way you could do it. And here's a big area that I covered with the checkerboard. And again, I wanted to give it that rounded look. So I put graphite all around the outside of the shape. And then I just pulled it all in and created that rounded shape. Here's another little Knightsbridge that sort of looks like ropes because I shaded it in between the rows. And so I rounded the rows, and so it looks like ropes. Here's another one that I shaded all around the outside to round that out. And here's a little funky one. What I did with this shading is I just shaded a little in the white areas, just to give it a little movement. And here's another funky one. Again, I just sort of shaded it. I shaded it all around the outside, and then I shaded some in the inside to give it to look like it's rippling. And where is that? Whoops. And here, it's a real crazy looking one. But again, I shaded a little on the rows to give it that little rounded, ropey look. And here's another one that I gave it movement by shading where it was dipping down and raising up here. I would put some graphite, and so that it looks like it's undulating. Now go back to your tile and appreciate it and look at it and see what you like, which is up, down, left or right. Then put your chop on it wherever you think you like it. And I'm just going to put my initials on this one. Barney, get out of here. And then you're going to sign your name and date it. Today is 4/16. And today's video 7. And I just always like to put where I am, Plano, Texas. And now you have another addition to your Tangle reference book. I hope you enjoyed this Tangle. If you do it, please put your picture down in the comments, and look forwarding to working with you again tomorrow. Bye. Have a great day.